Welcome to this special alert aimed at UK residents aged 60 and above, and their families, because something very important is happening in the banking world that affects how you withdraw cash. I'm speaking directly to you if you rely on withdrawing cash from your bank account, use ATMs or bank branches, or if you support a parent, grandparent or older friend who does. The truth is, banks in the UK are introducing major changes to how cash withdrawals work for older customers, motivated by rising fraud risks, shifts in how people use cash, and new regulations around access to cash for vulnerable groups. These aren't trivial tweaks. They may affect how much you can withdraw in a day or month, how easily you can use your bank branch or ATM, and what safeguards your bank will apply when you request large sums of cash. In this video your voiceover we will walk you step by step through what's changing, why these changes are happening now, how they will affect you, especially if you're over 60, and most importantly, what you can do to stay ahead, protect your finances, and ensure you don't get caught out. We'll break it down into 10 chapters to make it clear and actionable. Whether you're a long-time cash user or someone who prefers cards but still occasionally needs cash, you'll find something here that matters. So please stay with me through all the chapters, and by the end you'll have a full checklist of what to check, what to ask your bank, and how to adapt your money habits. Let's dive in. What's changing? Banks and regulators in the UK have announced new policies and operational practices around cash withdrawals, particularly for older customers. These changes include withdrawal limits, enhanced verification for large cash withdrawals, and closer monitoring of third-party cash access. While not every bank has identical rules, the trend is clear. What was once a relatively straightforward branch or ATM cash withdrawal may now involve additional steps, fewer large-sum withdrawals in one go, or even alternative payment methods endorsed by your bank. We'll look at the specifics in the next chapters. Daily cash withdrawal limits may be reduced for over 60s or older age groups. Monthly or weekly cumulative withdrawal caps could be introduced. Additional identity or purpose verification before large cash withdrawals or third-party withdrawals. Shift in focus. Banks emphasize online card payments and may restrict large cash access to reduce fraud risk. The changes may be automatically applied by the bank and you may need to request exceptions. Who is affected? The key question many people ask, does this apply to me? The changes are primarily targeted at older customers, those who are reaching pension age, rely on cash withdrawals from savings or current accounts, or are more vulnerable to fraud or financial abuse. If you're over 60, or your loved ones are, you're in the primary group. But even if you're younger, you may still feel the impact indirectly through changes in bank branch operations or ATM access. Customers aged 60 plus or 65 plus, depending on bank, are the main focus. Joint accounts, if one account holder is in the older age bracket, the bank may apply the new rules. People relying heavily on cash, not digital card payments, are more impacted. Carers or family members helping older people should also be aware so they can assist in any adjustments. Banks may inform you in advance, but it's wise to proactively check your status. Why are banks doing this? Understanding the why helps you avoid worry and see this as a protective measure rather than just a restriction. Banks and regulators point to rising fraud targeting older people, greater operational cost and risk in handling large cash volumes, and the evolving payments landscape, more digital, fewer branch visits. The aim is twofold: protect older customers and ensure the cash access infrastructure remains sustainable. Fraud and financial abuse of older people has increased, prompting stricter controls. Cash usage is becoming more complex and costly for banks, ATMs, branches, transport, security. Regulators such as Financial Conduct Authority, FCA, have introduced rules to ensure access to cash remains viable but also safe. The shift supports a broader digital-first payments environment. Banks are encouraging alternatives to large cash withdrawals. Protecting vulnerable customers while maintaining service to those who rely on cash is the balancing act. What are the specifics of the new rules? Now let's look at some of the specifics being rolled out by banks and widely reported for older account holders. While each bank will have its own policy and thresholds, the following are representative of the changes you should expect or check with your bank. Bullet points: daily cash withdrawal limit around £500 in some reports for age 67 plus customers. Monthly cumulative withdrawal cap around £4,000 for older customers in some banks. Weekly cash withdrawal limit reported in the range of £2,000 to £3,000 for over-60s. Electronic payments, cards, online, often remain unrestricted, i.e. the limits usually apply to physical cash only. Banks promise exceptional needs channels for medical, travel, major repair, but you may need to provide evidence or pre-notify. Planning for the future and staying informed. Finally, while these changes are significant now, the banking and payments environment will continue evolving. The good news is that by staying ahead now, you'll be better prepared for future developments. Let's look at how you can plan for the future and stay informed. To wrap up, the changes to cash withdrawals by UK banks may at first glance feel restrictive, especially if you're used to easy access to large amounts of cash. But once you understand what's changing, why it's happening, and how to adapt, you can stay fully in control of your finances. For anyone aged 60 and above, or supporting someone who is, this is a key moment to get ahead of the curve. Reach out to your bank, ask the right questions, update your routines, and keep yourself safe from fraud. The shift doesn't mean you'll lose access to your money, but you may need to change how you access it. A little planning now will save a lot of stress later. If you found this information useful, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe, or follow, so that you don't miss further updates, because the banking world is changing fast and staying informed makes a real difference.